Doop doop doo. Da ba da ba da ba ba ba. Ba da ba da ba da ba ba da ba da ba da ba da. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. Ba da do 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 do. Ba da do 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 do. Do 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 do. Da 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 dum. Ba da 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 dum. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ba do 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 do. Ba da ba da ba na 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 na. There we go. Tappy, tappy, tappy. Tap, tap, tappy. Doo doo doo. Doo 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 doo. Doo 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 doo. Meow 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 meow. 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 Who's ready to talk about murder? Me, this person right here. I'm ready to talk about murder. Because today we're starting chapter 2 of Higurashi-hen. It's Higurashi-hen they cry. Higurashi no Nakakoro ni. I had to do a little bit of setup first before I started today, because that was important. So let's start. Because I have no idea how this is going to start. Because for the first chapter, I knew that I was going to be. I love how it says the difficulty is still extremely vicious. How was your taste of life in Hinamizawa? A curse or conspiracy? I believe you have fully enjoyed everything and everyone seeming suspicious. Here at last, it is no surprise attack, but a real, direct incident. Please enjoy it. The difficulty is lower than Oni Kakushi, but is extremely vicious. I'm thinking it's talking about the horror level, because we already have been introduced to a lot of elements, like all the murders and the disappearances and all that stuff. So now we get to go into something new. Oh, God, that laugh so gets me. I will not quench your thirst, for you seek the truth and could not accept that. I will not quench your thirst, for the truth you desire does not exist. But I still want to quench your thirst, for I am the one who cast you into the desert. Tradika Brunkastel. Yes, this is a work of fiction. Any resemblance is coincidental. Of course. AD 1983, the early summer of the 58th year of the Showa era. Not starting with crushing people's bones and with bats then. Good. Thank fucking God. The chirping of birds served as my alarm clock. Huh? Wasn't today Sunday? Wasn't it basically my style to stay up late on Saturday and sleep through the morning on Sunday? Why was I waking up this disgustingly wholesome hour? This is entirely different than the first chapter. I'm so glad. It's just like, why am I awake right now? Fuck this shit. That's how I felt this morning, because I woke up at 7:30 and I was like, fuck that shit. I don't want to... I went back to bed because my head hurt. Back to sleep. Fuck! God damn it! Keiichi, are you awake? You have a phone call. At that moment, the sound of my mother calling me from downstairs finally registered. Phone call? I sprang up out of bed abruptly and stampeded noisily down the stairs. Just like fucking, I got a phone call. Who the fuck is calling me? He's awake. I'll put him on right now. My mother informed the person on the other end of the line. Hello? It's me. Who might this be? Morning, Keiichi-kun. You're such a sleepyhead. Oh, Rena, what's up? Calling so early in the morning.
Ah, I don't think it's so early. It's the middle of the day, you know.
It was 11 o'clock. I guess you could loosely consider that the middle of the day. That's the middle of the day, Keiichi, you lazy sack of crap. So what's up?
Hold on a sec. I'll put Mii-chan on now.
Oh, yeah? Ohayo, Keiichi-chan. If I were to say it in English, that'd be good morning. While you're at it, why not try saying it in Chinese, German, and Russian as well? Ni hao, Keiichi-chan. Guten Morgen, Keiichi-chan. Wait, Russian? Das Vidanya? How the hell should I know? Well, whatever. The stupid conversation has woken me up. That's good to hear. So, Kei-chan, you free right now? If you're good, we've got everybody. Everybody? Did you mean all the club members? That's right. You might be thinking every day always ends in heated competition, but at least I can spend my day off peacefully. You're too naive, Kei-chan! Yeah. The aim of our club is to find the best solution for every situation. In other words, we don't care if it's the weekend. Oh! It looks like Kei-chan has come to understand our club. So how about it? Can you come? I had absolutely nothing planned that day. If I were to refuse Club President Mion's invitation, what other fun ways to pass the time would I have? It's not like I planned on doing anything. And if I said no, you'd probably just declare me the loser by default and force a penalty game on me anyways. If you understand that much, then you can't refuse, right? If you're okay with it, then meet at the usual place at 1 o'clock. We're going into town, so bring your bike, okay? It's so much happier compared to the last chapter. So nice. Club activities in town? Well, we could do them anywhere. Besides, since it was a new venue, then there was no way this wasn't going to be intense. I'm holding a pretty great grudge from that narrow loss a couple days ago. I'll say it right now, I'm not gonna lose. A couple of days ago was Friday's club's activities. That uncompromising poker match. It was a fight to the death. Nobody held back. Nobody could tell who was in the lead or who was last until all the points were tallied. In the end, I won by 1 chip. Mion came in second. Damn it! To think if I hadn't squandered that 1 chip! Mion lamented thus, perhaps more so than the fact that she was lost. Mion doesn't lose. That's why Mion only whined when she let the champion's throne slip through her fingers. That's why she was more frustrated than anybody over a close loss. So, did that mean that for today to be a grudge match? Grudge. Bring it on! Just like last time, I'll shut you down and make you play that penalty game. Make sure you play in a way that you won't regret it when you lose. Wouldn't have it any other way. It'll make it all the better when I crush you. After that, we exchanged jeers for a bit before hanging up on the phone. As I headed back upstairs hastily to get the key to my bike, I bumped into my mother as she was carrying a futon down. Okay, Chi, you seem like you're in a good mood. Heading out? Something like that. I'm going into town to play with everybody. Take care. Watch out for traffic. Be back before dinner. Yeah, I'll be back by then. After unlocking the chain from my bike in the garage, I reveled a bit in the resistance the slight stiff pedal gave as I pushed on it. Alright, let's go. I set off on my bike, cutting into the refreshing morning air. I can't ride a bike. I liked riding a bike when I was a kid, but I could only ride on my street because I was too scared to go anywhere else because I have terrible balance, because I had an ear infection as a kid that completely just destroyed my balance. Kei-chan, you're late. Sorry to keep you waiting. Huh? Where are Sadako and Rika-chan? Rather than meeting up with them here, it's a lot quicker to just meet up in town. Oh, I see. If I remember correctly, Sadako and Rika-chan's house is on the other side past the school. Oh yeah, what's up with doing club activities in town? Can't be that everyone's going to put on masks and rob banks all day, is it? I wouldn't mind doing that. Even then, I wouldn't lose to you. You see, Mii-chan always tells me the routes and schedules of armored bank cars. I wonder why? What? I spun around with a serious look on my face and looked at Mion. Well, it certainly seemed possible that Mion was capable of doing that. Seriously, Mion? Rena! What are you saying? Sorry, Mii-chan, sorry. The two of them joked around. That bright laughter was the best match for a beautiful day like today. Hey, you two, Sadako and Rika-chan are waiting for us, aren't they? Let's stop fooling around and get going. Around and around, fooling around like 2 fluttering butterflies. I earnestly wish I could just keep watching them like this. But the 5 of us together would be absolutely more fun. That's right. Well then, let's go. The goal is to plunder 1 billion. Once we split the loot, everyone scram. Yeah! Yay! The 3 of us on our bikes headed over the gently sloping hills toward town. Accelerating hard, we crested the hill. The view expanded as Okiyamiya Station came into view. I occasionally come to the station here. Considering the amount of effort it takes to get here, though, it's quite a hassle. That's why I didn't know much about the area around the station, or Okinomiya itself for that matter. The street we were headed down today was, of course, unfamiliar to me as well. Going through the railway crossing, we headed past the south end of the station. This is the first time I've been this way. Around here, there's lots of things like arcades and toy stores. Mii-chan knows a lot about it. So there's an arcade. I used to go to one pretty often. My gamer blood broils within me. Anyway, always going to an arcade, Kate-chan. You're quite the delinquent. Next time we're here, I'll show you where it is. It's a good one. There are quite a few machines. Seemed like the town of Okiyamiya was Mion's stomping grounds. If I asked her, she could tell me a lot of things about it. Eventually, we came across a store with quite a few bikes parked out in front of it. Was this the arcade? No, it was a smaller shop. Looking at the window display, it seemed like your everyday toy shop. But for almost 10 kids to be filing in and out of the store, it's almost doing too well for themselves. Could it be the store is having some sort of event today? I hit the right key again. Exactly! Top prize is 50,000 yen. That's $500! That's pretty good for a toy store. 50,000? What the heck is that? That's the GNP of the People's Republic of Keiichi 5 times over! The People's Republic of Keiichi? Two cute figures meshing around the front of the store noticed us and waved their hands. Oh, look at them.
Hello, everybody. We've been waiting for you. Good morning.
Hey! Morning, Ika-chan. Sadako, we'll settle this before the cops get here. The goal is to plunder 1 billion. Huh? Kei-san, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Are we late? Did we keep you two waiting? We're finished early today, so we've been waiting a while.
I'm sorry about that. Kei-chan here was taking his sweet time. Well, fuck you!
If it was Keiichi's fault, it couldn't be helped.
Saying that, Rika-chan stretched up and began patting Mion's head. Hey, wait a minute. Are you solving everything by making me the bad guy? Fuck you, Mion! Of course! Who else but Kei-san who could fill this important role? I don't like being cast like that. If you think that this will solve everything, you're sorely mistaken. I was feeling slightly irritated, so I began repeatedly smack Satoko on the head. Smack, 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 smack.
KK is bullying me! It's such a shame that Keiichi's bullying you. Pet, pet, pet. Satoko's crying! She's crying! I'm taking her home! Her big sis here will take care of the big guy, okay?
Oh god, why? The face! It's always the face! Rena ecstatically wiped the tears, which were probably fake, from Satoko's face, while Rika-chan gently patted mine as I lay sprawling on the ground. Yes, this is fine. Yep, it's the way things are supposed to be solved. Getting punched in the face! Although I think we should find a new punchline before you start losing teeth. Well then, upsy-daisy. In any case, the greeting for today went well. Just get punched in the fucking face! Inside the toy shop, there were about 10 boys around the same age as me. Apparently they all knew Mion, and finding out that she had arrived, they greeted her with cheers a few at a time.
Mii-chan is a regular at this toy store, so she has a lot of friends.
A regular at a toy store? What's up with that? Hey, Kei-san! Take a look back here! Following Satoko's prompting, I took a look. There were chairs lined up at tables, almost like some sort of birthday party. I realized it immediately. It couldn't be. This is a venue for today's club activities? Surprise, Kei-chan! I'm good friends with the owner here. He sometimes lets me hold game tournaments to expand his customer base. Expand his customer base, I see. Meaning all the boys livening up the place for participants?
That's right! Normally it's just us 5, but today we're going to play with lots and lots of people.
Rena was innocently happy about being able to play with so many people, but my expression grew noticeably stern. Kate-san, I know exactly what you're thinking. Oh? Well, why don't you try saying it? Together, okay? 1, 2... These are all enemies! Satoko's voice and mine blended together in harmony. We looked over at the participants. After all, the top prize was 5,000 yen. My eyes lit up like a flame. Hey, Kei-chan. Looks like today will be fun. Well, no matter how many more rivals I have, the goal is still the same. Kicking your ass? Rivals? Kei-chan. Do you think a whale keeps track of all the krill it eats? She said that in an unpleasant tone, laughing with an aggressive glint in her eyes, reserved solely for club activities. Damn it, Mion! She's as serious as she can get today. I'm not the only one who's serious. Take a look at Rika-chan. Mion pointed, looking at where her finger directed me. What the heck is that? Rika-chan was using those kinds of traits to soften up the group with an almost successive pleasantry.
I'm also going to do my best. Go for it. Yay!
Go for it, yay! Completely emancipated, the group joined Rika in a cheer. The inside of the store was consumed by the world of Rika-chan. Damn, she's already chomping at the bit.
It seems like today's going to be fun. I'm gonna do my best.
It seemed that Rena was also unusually fired up by the large crowd. Hopping around and running around, she had entered entirely into cute mode. In Rena's case, the real fun starts when her tension gauge fills up. Her happy-go-lucky attitude belayed the fact that this is a state in which she was the most threatening. Mion was making small talk with some of the regular customers she was acquainted with. It was like business as usual with her. Of course, if anybody thought that Mion looked ordinary, they were not qualified to be in our club. The shadow beneath her feet was exuding killer instinct, rising up like a chill wind. Damn it, Mion, throwing away her honor and humanity like that. She's serious.
Kate-san, didn't you know? The 50,000 yen prize is from Mion-san's own pockets.
What? She was putting 50,000 yen all by herself? At that moment, a dark miasma that warped Mion's surroundings began to appear. Oh.
What is that, Kate-chan? Is there something on my face?
A shiver crept up my spine. That Mion, cornering herself like that. She was pulling out the demon lurking within her. Fine with me? Damn it, my knees are shaking like crazy. Don't mess with a woman and her money. Before I realized it, the store had filled up with even more people. However, the looks in their eyes weren't confrontational. They were looks of expectation and curiosity. They were the eyes of onlookers who were wondering what kind of match was going to occur, and who was going to win. You couldn't ask for a better stage than this. This is getting interesting.
Keiichi-kun! Let's do our best, okay? Do our best! Oh!
Rena was already fully charged. Mortal laws and common sense held no power before the might of Rena in her cute mode! I definitely didn't want to fight her if possible.
Rika-chan,
do your best! We're all cheering for you on!
Okay, I'll do my best.
Rika-chan, who was exuding way too much charm no matter how you looked at it, had already won over most of the onlookers to her side. Nonchalantly avoiding things had always been Rika-chan's creed. But for her to be blatantly laying out machinations like this, something was definitely strange. Like Rena, she was someone who you didn't want to fight if you could help it. Of course, the ones you don't want to fight the most is Mion-san. I've been lucky to even leave alive more than a few times at the end of club activities, but I don't think there's a day that even comes close to being this dangerous. Mion-san seems to have developed quite the grudge after losing that poker match a few days back, you know? Seems that way. In other words, today is just an elaborate stage for her revenge. Almost as though she was psychic, Mion turned towards us. Her eyes silently conveyed the message, "You guys just figured that out now?" It wasn't just Mion. Both Rena and Rika-chan were more pumped up than they'd ever been. Yeah, one's gonna pop today. One's gonna pop up today. Without a doubt, there'll be casualties. Someone's gonna fucking die with a goddamn freaking board through their face.
It seems that somehow Kate-san and I are the only ones left. What do you think? Should we not have our match during the opening round?
Might as well. I need to warm up before I can really kick into gear. My spinal column shuddered when it had been struck by a bolt of lightning, and like a pillar of ice was being jammed into it, began to freeze. I could almost see the flames backlighting Satoko with their intensity. Even then, while Satoko was displaying a normal smile, it was cold and inhuman, almost as if it were a plastic mask. You must really want to eliminate me in the opening round. You can't hide that murderous intent.
Oh, that's too bad. You're being uncharacteristically cautious today, Kate-san.
Without a doubt, it was a trap. I don't know what she had up her sleeve, but if I fought with Sadako during the opening round, my loss would be more certain than if I were to go against Mion. A pitch-black miasma penetrated the inside of the store. They all want to win that 50,000 yen prize that much. It's $500, of course, right? No, that's not right. The only ones competing for the prize money were the casual participants. I was different. I had mistaken this as just a way to fool around on a normal Sunday. It didn't matter when it was, or where it was, or who our opponents were. In our club, the goal is always the very top of the mountain. An intense flame that no strong wind could extinguish, hot enough to melt any steel, began to burn inside of me. A fuse had been lit on this unprecedentedly intense club battle. It was then that the owner of the store told Mion in a lackadaisical voice it was about the time to begin.
Is everybody ready?
Listen close now! Mion began them with formalities, standing in for the owner, and explained the rules of today's tournament. You're only playing to win. There's no second or third place. That's the same rule at our club. There are 15 people participating. We were split into 5 groups via draw, and each group would have one winner. Each winner in the first stage would advance to the next in order to compete in the final. Now, as for how each group will compete, each table will decide to play whatever they want. As long as the game is here in the shop, anything goes. Already in club mode DEFCON 1, I don't let the small gap in the rules go unnoticed. Mion, can I ask a question? Won't everybody push to play a game they're good at and not be able to agree on which one?
Oh, that's right. If we can't decide, we can't start.
The spectators also nodded along. It was only natural. There wasn't anybody who would simply cede to the opponent's suggestions. I'd prefer it if you were all good sports and managed to come to a good decision on your own. But if it comes to a stalemate, should we have the store owner decide for you? It was an event at a toy store, after all. You'd expect the owner to referee. After that, Mion's rundown continued. It ended with that the rule of any losing participants would have to buy the game they had lost at. A rather nice proposition for the store. But if you don't have that kind of money... First, we used a draw to split into 5 groups. Everybody lined up single file and began to draw tickets that the shop owner had prepared. It was my turn. Right, time to draw. No matter who I was up against, I'd crush them. At that moment, Mion began to laugh with a hawkish gleam in her eye. Of course, I'm sure you already know, but club members will be a separate penalty game than the casual participants. I thought as much. What's the gist of it? The winner gets to give the loser 1 order each. Contrary to how simple it sounded, it was a terrifying eventuality, a subject of which no one could predict. Damn you, Mion! Was she really planning to parade me around in Hinamizawa and cat ears and a banana hammock and tail attached or something? Keiichi, don't think that! She'll somehow read your mind! The look on Mion's face told me she wasn't going to let me off that easy. On top of that, this time it isn't just the person who finished last who would have to submit the penalty game. Loser gets 1 order each. In other words, even if you don't finish last, you still have to do a penalty game. That be the case? What if there is no winner? Like, if all the club members drop out midway through? Kate-chan, are you alright in the head? What? The look on Mion's eyes became that of a lion bearing its fangs. How exactly are the elite members of our club going to lose to some mewling newborns? Kate-chan, don't embarrass me by getting eliminated in the first round. Even so, I didn't feel threatened. The more into it my opponent was, the stronger I would become. You just wait and see. I won't just sit here and be bullied by you, Mion. I'll show you. I'll show you real good. We shall meet in the finals! Jesus Christ, these lunatics. The results of the draws were enough to make you cry conspiracy. All the members of the club were nicely divided among the 5 tables. How'd this happen, and when the draw was that random? The thought that I had already caught in Mion's puppet strings made me feel uneasy. That was fine, though. I'll crush all your petty tricks. Your petty tricks will not deceive me, Mion! Now, where were my opponents? Everybody was heading to the table corresponding to the number on their ticket. The competition at my table were these 2, huh? They look younger than me. Huh? Aren't you 2 classmates of mine? Oh, hi. I'm Tomita. This is Okamura. Okamura-kun greeted me by nodding his head. So my opening round was to be against my juniors from school. Just saying, but it seemed like a pretty easy matchup. Lucky! Time to destroy them without mercy. Alright then, everybody. Please decide on your games and start. With Mion's declaration, the inside of the store suddenly became lively. Everybody was yelling their favorite games at each other, trying to gain an advantage before they started. Even my 2 classmates, who seemed to turn at the first glance, began to fiercely insist on their own games as soon as the signal was given. Of course, I would kick those suggestions aside. There's absolutely no reason to pick a game your opponent was good at. Sorry, they're all games I don't know. Could you pick something a little more well-known? Of course, they didn't agree to the games I suggested either. I could only smirk bitterly. Naturally, after 5 minutes, this table still couldn't agree on a game. Obeying the rules, we asked the store owner to decide on a game. Declaring a start, the store owner brought over a board game from the back of the store. It was a game called Billionaire. Oh, quite the vintage we have here. Come to think of it, if you lose, you have to buy this game. This damn shop owner, was he using this competition to get rid of all the games he couldn't sell? I know this one. You guys do too, right? Spin the wheel and head to the goal. Whoever has the most money after we liquidate our assets is the winner. The 2 nodded in agreement, and finally the game was underway. Is billionaire life? Is that what it is? Is it actually life? At that time, I already had a feeling of impending crisis. I wouldn't realize why until the game progressed a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Celebrate the birth of your child. Receive 5,000 from everybody. Sorry. Okay, I've got a bit of a lead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bonus. Received $100,000 from the bank. What? Table was returned in an instant? 1, 2, 3. Proceed to the corporate ladder course. What? That's a good route! Seems that only my pieces landed on the steady spaces. I had doubts as to why Mion didn't bring out board games from club activities, but that reason was laid bare to me right before my eyes. That's right. I'd only realized it now. This game was completely based on luck! What could I possibly do to make sure I ended up in the first place at the end? The ultimate outcome of this game was decided in a place beyond human hands. How were the other club members doing? My eyes actually wandered off to the other tables. Mion's table was good. They weren't doing anything? Had they still not decided on a game? That naive idea existed to distract me from the most frightening possibility. Mion was lounging about, leisurely holding some juice she had bought from the vending machine outside on one hand. When our eyes met, she gave me a look of ease. Couldn't be. She had already finished? What game was it? That easily? It was probably too late to be concerned with that at this point. Only 5 minutes since we started and her two opponents were already beyond recourse. They were sitting there, slumped over in disappointment, muttering to themselves, trying to figure out where they went wrong. For that, they'd find no answer. Was there any reason for their defeat other than they sat at the same table as Mion? Oh god, Mion, you're ruthless. What about Rena's table? The spectators were causing quite a commotion. Looked like their game was Kurata. The shop owner was apparently the one reading out the cards. Rena tended to dawdle around and space out a lot. Wouldn't she have a hard time with this game? Then I'll read it out. The dog gets tired on a walk. At the same instant, the shop owner began standing with the words. The card in the question disappeared off the face of the table. No, the face of the earth! Impossible! Where'd it go? It was against Rena's cheek. She was rubbing it there.
Oh, so cute! I'm taking it home!
Looking at the card Rena was rubbing against her cheek, it was some anime-themed version of Kurata, with rather cute moe illustrations decorating the cards. Basically, it was a picture of a pretty dog girl with a slightly large chest, panting and half in tears as she was being pulled along on a chain. With those type of pictures, even I could play with godlike speed. Of all the people to play that game, it had to be Rena. It was entirely possible that her fingertips were on the verge of breaking the sound barrier. Gotta go fast! Oh, what that? Mion smiled coolly. Seeing no further reason to keep watching, she turned back.
So cute, so cute! Even if Rena wins, I'll still buy these cards! I'm taking them home! Oh!
After that, the second card being read after bam, bam, bam! Such decisive sounds echoed, just going so goddamn fast. Well then, how about Sadako? Oh, she's playing a rather orthodox game. Concentration. Judging from the distressed look on Sadako's face, it seems she was struggling somehow. One of the main characteristics of concentration is that the pace of the game speeds up as it goes on. As the number of cards to memorize decreases, it becomes easier to match several pairs in a row. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that the first person to take over the flow of the match can run away as the winner. Cards still in play had decreased. If you memorize the cards that had been turned over before, you should have a good chance to sweep the table at this point. Sadako probably knew the positions of all the remaining cards. However, her turn came a little too late. If her opponent followed up, the match would be decided. Hojo, sorry, but I'm also aiming for the prize money. Don't hate me for this guy. Did he have the locations of the remaining cards memorized? He was completely certain of his victory. The tension of his face relaxed. It's over. I whispered that in a bored manner as I turned my attention back to my own game. I spun the wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? No way! The Ace of Hearts should have been there! There was a commotion at the Sadako's table as the shout rang out. The other two at my table turned around in surprise. I didn't. After all, there wasn't really anything to be surprised about. The onlookers were confounded, most of them certain that the Ace of Hearts should have been there. There's no way. I must be seeing things. It must have been because I was excited. So assured in his victory that his stress over his defeat ran deep. That's how it is. If his opponent wasn't Sadako, then the Ace of Hearts certainly would have been there. What a fool. When you're up against Sadako, you can't let your guard down for a minute until the battle's over. AKA Sadako fucking cheated!
Kate-san, you still haven't finished your match? You have no sense for these things.
But with a refined tone of voice, reserved for only winners, Sadako called out to me. For the casual observer, it must have looked like she only eked out a victory. From my point of view, however, she was only playing around. The roles of winner and loser had already been decided, and it was nothing more than child's play. The laughable part of it was that her opponent didn't know his role had already been assigned. Nice work there, setting up a forest of a trap with the Ace of Hearts.
My opponent only walked into one of my traps. Even then, one was more than enough.
Sadako was a trapper. Her true talent was never having one inspire. Setting off only one trap was more than enough? Ain't that cool? The fact that the other club members were winning one after another with their own brand of play only added to my impatience at my own lack of progress. Alright, how is Rika-chan doing? How about our club's sly little fox doing? What the heck is that? Over in the corner, the mood at that table was decidedly different from the others. The game at Rika-chan's table was, you know that battery-powered fishing game? The one where the fish open and close their mouths as they rotate on the platform and you use a magnetic fishing rod to pick them up? That old thing. A.k.a. the game Mike and I played and I brought for him so that way we could enjoy it. It seemed they planned on competing by seeing who could catch the most fish, but it had become an atmosphere you could hardly call competitive.
Well, I got one.
You're so good! Rika-chan, you're so good at this! Oh my, she got another one! Rika-chan's really good at this! I knew that Rika-chan had already charmed her opponents with that, along with the onlookers before the match had even begun, but brilliantly played! That corner had become an informal meeting of the Rika Furere fan club. Rika, you smart cookie!
It's Rika-chan's total victory! Total victory!
Rika-chan's good at fishing, isn't she? What Rika-chan is trolling is for probably isn't fish. Hearing that, she glanced over in my way briefly. This is my way of getting serious. That's what I heard. This is a masterful technique that only Rika-chan is allowed. Only Rika can do that! Yeah, a masterful technique. Marabata-san, it's your turn. Oh, sorry. Guess it is. 1, 2. Fine for tax evasion. Pay 50,000. Contrast my game. What an unseemly situation this was. Noticing the uneasiness creeping across my face, my companions came to see how I was doing.
Keiichi-kun, could it be you're struggling? You're struggling?
Okamura! Right now, how much money do you have? Komura, who had wrung lots of money out of the entire course, out of the league course, began to count through a stack of white $100,000 bills. About 980,000, I guess.
How much money do you have, Tomita?
Oh, I have 880,000. I'm still close enough to turn this around. Those two, it looked like they would easily surpass $1 million. Well, Kate-chan, how much do you have? Mion's tone of voice was grim from the get-go. It was her disappointment and disgust as a club president. It can't be helped! There's strategy involved other than spinning the wheel in this game. How am I supposed to cheat? Tell those two to close their eyes and count to 100 while I rig the wheel? You know there's no way I can do that! Rika-chan gently patted my head. Still, she wasn't too happy.
How pathetic. At one point, I thought you'd be a worthy adversary. I've been utterly disillusioned. Don't give up, Keiichi-kun. There has to be some way to make a comeback. Do your best. Right till the end.
Like I said, how am I supposed to make a comeback with this game relying entirely on luck? It is life! Right, Mion? Mion's face, however, was almost unbelievingly indifferent, like she was watching something completely unexciting, then turned her back without saying a word. Hey, me! It was a pathetic voice that irked even myself. I'm disappointed. Everybody was serious about this, but Kei-chan is the only one who wasn't. What do you mean by serious? Are you telling me to control the spinner through sheer force of will? How could I do that? If you were serious about it, you would have settled this game 10 seconds from when you started.
Mi-chan, you don't have to get so angry. Wait!
Mion, in a bad mood, cast me aside and disappeared into the depths of the store. Maybe it was because it had been an awkward situation, but the spectators dispersed from around my table. Damn it! Are you saying I'm not serious about this? Are you saying that if I were serious, I would have settled this game for a chance in 10 seconds? If I were serious, Everyone is praying for my victory. They believed in me. Did I betray their expectations? Was it because I wasn't serious? Should we continue the game? Two of them were timidly trying to resume play. I didn't respond to that. The table sunk into silence. Marabaro-kun, should I take that as to mean you're giving up? The owner, thinking I was forfeiting, started to announce the cancellation of the game. At that moment, the demon inside me let loose a howl and awakened. I get it now, Mion. What it means for me to be serious. I'll show you! You! Biff! Biff! I clamped my hands down on their shoulders, speaking in a low voice before pulling them close. Tomita-kun, Kimoto-kun, let's make a deal. Let me win. The two of them, not immediately understanding what I had just said or the meaning behind it, were momentarily confused. Hey, Marabara-san, no violence. Let's settle this game properly. Just listen to what I have to say. What is it you guys want? The 50,000 yen prize? Well, of course. Winning that kind of money is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Even supposing you win. What are you going to do with that money? How are you going to enjoy it? The two of them considered it briefly. Buy a new game or something? Snacks? Maybe some juice? That's petty. So petty. Are you guys stupid? And how do you enjoy it if you win, Maebara-san? Me? That's the point. Just shut up and listen to what I have to say. We club members have a penalty game separate from the casual participants. If we lose, we have to obey a single command from the winner. From another point of view, the winner earns a prize for being able to order the other club members around. First of all, Tomita-kun, you like Satoko, right? Don't deny it. Next, Okamura-kun, you like Rika, right? Don't turn red. I drew the two of them, red-faced and conscious of whether anybody else had heard what I said even closer. Lollies, moe, pretty girls! What men covet, what men dream about! It's like an unreachable Garden of Eden. Even then, you'd still aim for it, wouldn't you? That's because our passionate souls scream for moe. That sensitive age when you couldn't say you liked the girl you liked. Understanding that gave me all the more power. Keiichi! I understand what you're doing, and it's incredibly rude, you bastard! Tomita-kun, if I win, I'll make Sadako wear a collar and be your little sister for a day. Psh! And a red fountain spewed from both of Tomita-kun's nostrils. And Okamura-kun, I'll put cat ears on Nika-chan and let you take her out for a walk on a leash. Pish! Blood erupted from the vein in Okamura-kun's forehead. Don't be shy. Just pretend I forced you to go along with me. You two are simply sacrifices to Marabara-senpai's whims. You can pretend to be against it. I understand. I know everything that your heart desires. And I suddenly lowered the tone of my voice. My school life was bleak. I know with my low body, with my very body, how foolish it is to waste such an important time in your lives. So to you, my juniors, I don't want you to live your lives like that! Be honest with yourselves. Chase your dreams! Fulfill them! I'll fulfill them for you! I will! It was this moment that the values of men bridged generations. Maebara-san! Did I even have a mentor who ever spoke my mind for me so strongly? Never. There was no way there was. That's because in a man's lifetime he only has 3 fateful encounters. That valuable first time was being experienced right this moment with these two. It's fine then. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Game over! Such an assertive declaration of the game's ending that everybody in the store turned and looked. It had been less than 3 minutes since I was on the verge of forfeit and all the spectators certain of my loss. Kate-san, what happened? Who won? It was my complete victory. What did you say? Exactly how did you overcome the situation? There's no need to explain what happened. It was a gentleman's agreement. Right, guys? Yes! Yes, sir! The two of them, stifling tears of gratitude, answered strongly from the bottom of their hearts. Exactly what kind of miracle occurred here during those 3 minutes as spectators all looked away at my utter disadvantage?
You did it, Keiichi! You did it, Keiichi-kun! Yay!
The spectators were puzzled on how I was able so quickly to overcome the hopeless situation. That guy, is he able to control the spiller wheel with his eyes or something? It's a miracle. What devilry is this? He's in cahoots with that peon, you know? There's no doubt he had some strange trick up his sleeve. I looked at the crowd, who couldn't help but be excited out of the corner of my eye. Now fully awakened and in battle mode, I let out a derisive laugh. So this is what it means for me to be serious, Mion. You took your sweet time. Baring our fangs at each other, we laughed together in a most unsightly fashion. With this, all our club members have cleared the first round then. Oh yeah. Flash!
this time. It's a match against everybody. A match! I've already decided what I'm going to buy with the prize money.
Rika-chan, you already oh god!
That's only natural, right?
Satoko and Rena smiled, sneered at each other. These guys, do they really think they can win against Keiichi Maebara when he gets serious? Mion, that was a mistake. You shouldn't have offered me advice just now.
What a mewling newborn you are. You're a million light years too early to think you can win against me.
Mion, light years are a measure of distance. Oh, she's embarrassed. She's embarrassed!
What are we doing, Mi-chan?
Fuck! Is it poker? Tell me it's poker.
How are the 5 of us going to face off? How?
Well now. We have such a splendid lineup. It'd be a waste to rush things.
Me is saying something complicated again.
It couldn't be! Why you? Mion's hair flowed elegantly, almost like a cape as she turned her back to the table. As for today's contest, I, Club President Mion Sonozaki, will reserve judgment for now. The method and time are yet undecided. The more spectators, the better. It should be in front of everybody from Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. By then, we'll know who the best way to finally settle things. Are you running away from this? This is too unfair even for you, Mion-san! You newborn! Do you still not realize what has happened? The combative aura billowing out of Mion's body formed a barrier, stopping Sadako's advance. We'll meet again. Prepare yourselves for your inevitable defeat. With a shrill laugh, Mion left the store. After a moment of silence, the crowd erupted into cheers. When will they resume the contest? Mion's serious! The other members did great too! That new guy, Maebara, he got some strange power! He turned the tables in an instant! Maebara-san, you've got to win! Yeah! I'll dunk someone like Mion head first into the river Styx for you! Part of the crowd that apparently overheard the covenant between Tomino-kun, Oromaru-kun, and myself erupted into cheer again. Mion's going to win anyways. She's the undefeated Empress. I'm betting on Mion. Nope, it's gonna be Rena, with that ungodly speed. Sadako, the trap artist! Rika, the siren! It may be a long shot, but it'll be Maebara! However, right now, I had no ear for those cheerful voices. Setting the stage for this huge match and then running away like that, I wasn't going to forgive Mion. This bitch! Outside the store, Mion was getting on her bike as the shop owner was seeing her off. Don't run away, Mion! If you're the club president, don't run away! Fight me! Oh, sorry, Kei-chan. Right now, I've got to get to my part-time job. Huh? Like you'd see in a sketch comedy show, my legs slipped in opposite directions until I was doing the splits.
Yeah, while you were playing your game, Mi-chan received a phone call. It's too bad.
It's just getting good, too. Not a lucky day. I'm getting crushed at the sale over at my uncle's shop. They don't have enough people to work the registers, so he called me for help. When you say your uncle, does he manage the supermarket or something? It's just a small store. But whenever you post stuff on special, all the housewives swarm in like lotus. Don't they have any common sense? Even though they don't have enough staff, they're selling a carton of eggs for 10 yen. Limit one per customer. 10 That is 10 cents for a carton of eggs. Holy shit, that would be amazing. I was a little surprised. You would never think that this was the club president exuding such a dark aura inside the store just a short time ago. This is the usual Mion right now. Almost exasperatingly so. My shoulders slumped. That's right. Club mode was over now. But it was really heated today. It was really fun. Damn, Mion, she really knows how to fire people up. Me too. I got so fired up, my head started to tingle. Especially Kei-chan. That was scary. I thought he was going to eat me alive there.
It's work, so I guess there's nothing you can do. But it really is too bad.
I really want to continue this some other time. Any time is good.
How about we do it at the Watanagashi festival?
The Cotton Drifting 5 Demon Firefight. That's right. I'll think about it. Right now, what were Rika-chan and Mion talking about? Watanagashi festival? Cotton Drifting 5 Demon what? 5 Demon what? Oh, when things turn out all over the top in manga like. It would be nice if we could have another thrilling club activity like this soon. She laughed with a smile that made you feel refreshed just looking at it. At that moment, the shop owner carrying a paper bag. I wonder what it is. Is he giving it to us? Thank you, everybody, for today. Thanks to you, the event went really well. It's not much, but here's a little something for you guys. Hey, Uncle Yoshiro! Isn't that a little something for me, too?
My, quite an adorable one, is it not?
When Satoko and Rika-chan opened up the bag, there was cute little stuffed animals inside.
Wow! They're so cute! Can I take them home? I really can?
Which means there's something for me, too. Oh, I got a pretty adorable one. There's a stuffed toy wearing a beautiful dress, one you'd use to play house. Then his eyes were glued to my stuffed doll. Satoko was the same, and Rika-chan too? Kei-chan got the one that fits in the least. How do I say this? I could say it's pretty or cute. Well, I guess it's cute and pretty. I admit it's adorable, but a doll with a changeable clothes is, If you walked around with it, then you'd be treated like a weirdo starting tomorrow, definitely. Mion didn't have to go that far. This wasn't something a guy like me should be carrying around. Mion was the only one who didn't receive a present, so I thought about giving to her. That briefly considering I gave it to Rena instead.
Huh? You're giving it to me? To Rena? Thank you!
Just protecting myself. If I didn't give it to Rena, the walking streets at night would be scary. No doubt, no doubt! I thought about giving it to Mion, but it just didn't feel right. You know it. I sometimes wonder why I wasn't born a boy. It's better that you're a girl. If you were a boy, I would have killed you already. You should kill me while you still can. If you don't, Kei-chan, you might not live to regret it. Mion laughed after such an ominous line. Everyone laughed heartily along with her. Ask God to make you a boy in your next life. I'll also have him make me a boy. Then together, the two of us will start taking over the country as a warm-up. Mion-chan, if you don't get going soon, the shop owner told her meekly. A lot of us looked like we were having a lot of fun, so it must have been hard to put a wet blanket on things. Later then. Today was really fun. I'll see you later, guys. Tomorrow at school. Don't be late for work! Everyone waved their hands and watched as Mion left. Before I knew it, the sun was already setting and the breeze carried a hint of chill.
Should we play for a bit more in town, or should we go home? The road gets scary when it's dark.
Then, I guess it's time to leave. We certainly caused a ruckus today. We sure did. Okay, let's go home. Keiichi, you fool! The wind blew gently, as if to cool down those of us flushed with enthusiasm. The road back to Hinamizawa was long, but I didn't really mind. Oh, that's right! Rena-san, you achieved an overwhelming victory, didn't you? When Rena gets like that, I'm sorry to say it, but there's no winning against her.
Ha! It was because the cards were so cute, see? I bought them! How?
Rika was the same as usual. When it comes to boys, it's like taking candy from a baby.
It was an easy win.
How much was calculated and how much was natural? I get scared when I think about how Rika will turn out in the future.
Satoko-chan was amazing too. The way it ended was really exciting.
It wasn't the sort of game where I should be complimented.
Keiichi, you also showed your fangs at the end there.
Hmm? Well, I guess. I'm the type of guy who's strongest when he's cornered. Tomita-san and the others seemed to be cheering for you really hard. What was that about?
You made some sort of promise with Tomita and Okumura. It's probably a secret. A secret? A secret? Oh, I wonder what it is, I wonder!
Sometimes for a man there are times where you can only stand one another by fighting. Desperately laughing, I practically tried to avoid the subject. After that, everybody continued to praise each other for how they defeated their opponents, and reflected on how fun today was. Everybody look! The sunset is beautiful! Satoko, getting more excited, pointed. Waiting where her finger I think it's looking, or watching, where her finger indicated was okay, it is waiting. Waiting where her finger indicated was an immense sunset, casting even longer shadows on us of our bikes. The cries of Higurashi were gentle and very comforting.
That was nice. That was nice. That was a good first part of this.
You got a new tip. Who's Mion's uncle? Well, that's important to know. Game Masters! Yep, sorry. I suddenly got called in to my part-time job at my uncle's shop today. What's that? No club today, then? Well, ha ha ha, I'm sorry. Mion put her hands together in apology and grinned. If you really want to do club today, then you can always do it without this old man. Club locker is stuffed full of games. You can pick whatever. The club locker was the trans-dimensional space from which Mion pulled games whenever we met for our club activities. I wondered how many so many freaking games could be stored in that locker. It's even smaller than the ones with the cleaning supplies in it. Besides those games, it was sort of a cornucopia of suspicious objects costumes for punishment games. If we lined them all up on the floor in order to sort them out, they'd definitely fill the entire classroom. Nah, we shouldn't. I get the feeling that if I mess around in that locker, everything inside will come tumbling down on me. Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe amateurs shouldn't meddle with this. Mion gave a hearty laugh, implying that the only one who should do so was the club president.
Me. The teacher is looking for the key to the gym storehouse. Do you have any idea where it could be?
Did I not return to the teacher's lounge? Mion said, feeling around in her pockets. Judging by her expression, she must have planned on returning it, but it was still in her pocket. Don't mess with Habit's face! I knew you had it, Mion-san! I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that you simply must have been the one who had it!
I was right too. Sadako and I were both right.
Giggling, Sadako and Rika-chan clapped their hands together in celebration. You're annoying! Oh, slap, clap. Mion elbowed Sadako and Rika-chan in their heads and then headed for the teacher's lounge. Alright, have you two heard? Mion has a part-time job. That's why now she's not coming to club. Oh, is that so? That's so very droll of her.
Me.
The two of them made disappointed faces. Whenever anyone said, Mion's club was always the number one thing I looked forward to when going to school. It wasn't hard to agree with their melancholic expressions after hearing it wouldn't be happening that day. So, Mion's got a part-time job. I wonder what she's doing anyway. Whenever Mion canceled the club, it was usually because of her job. However, it also didn't seem like she was there every day. She would go 2 or 3 times in a row, and then not go for a while. Sounded like a pretty damn random part-time job.
She isn't working at any one shop or anything.
She isn't? Does that mean she's a day laborer? Mion wearing socks and a helmet, sweating to death in a factory. I couldn't imagine such a thing. Mion-san helps her uncle whenever their employees go on vacation. She's like a handyman. Oh, I get it. Now that you mention it, her having a job at her uncle's place. I think I've heard about that before. She has a lot of uncles who run their own shops,
so Mi is in a very high demand.
She has a lot of uncles who own shops? A lot of them? Oh, were you unaware, Keiichi-san? There are many relatives of Mion-san's and Okiyamiya who run their own shops. Huh. I didn't know that. So they're all different kinds? Yeah. There's a bakery, a produce market, a ramen shop, and many others besides. That toy store we went to for the club the other day is one of them. I was dumbfounded. That's amazing. Is Mion's family blessed with some kind of crazy business sense? They run so many different things, it's kind of amazing.
There are others, like a loan shark, a land shark, a strip club, and a brothel.
Rika, how do you know that?
What I'm saying is they do lots of things.
Okay, a couple of weird things came up that time, but still, a couple of weird things. First of all, land shark, strip club, brothel, a few? How about all of them are weird? I could tell it was pretty extensive. So, the reason she's so fussy about returning money she lent you is because the blood of the loan shark runs through her veins, huh? That explains that.
Once, I completely forgot to pay me back for the money she gave me to go shopping, and she threatened me, saying if I didn't return it all, she'd throw me into the red light district, and that would be the end for me.
Rika-chan being sold into the entertainment industry to pay off her debts. Ah, crap, my nosebleed! Dying by being thrown on the ground must be the silliest form of death I've ever heard of. Huh. She doesn't really get it, does she? Recently, she seems so unspoiled. Rika-chan and I gave her a pat on the head. Why are you petting me?
We're petting girl, Satoko.
Sadako was lost in confusion, but she seemed to understand that she was being made fun of. Rika! How do you know these things? You are a small child and far too young! You should not know any of these things! Also, for shame on you, Keiichi! Let's continue on. I wonder why afternoons always make me feel sleepy like this. Mion spoke in a voice that went so far as to make whoever heard it lethargic. You want a medical explanation for sleepiness? I could say it, but it'd just make you more sleepy. Ah, spare me. It was almost 3 o'clock. 6th period was almost over. By the way, Sadako and everyone else in lower grades ended their school day after 5th period, so they're probably running around the schoolyard right now. I could hear their joy-filled voices coming from there right now. Oh, what I would give to be able to join them.
Me-chan, you're the class representative, so you have to try harder. No going to sleep.
You see, rather than the class representative, I'd rather be the president of the boxing club. I get to sleep a lot. Huh? What makes you think that? At the boxing gym, they always hit the sack. Get it? The teacher cackled as she hit the back of Mion's head with the corner of a textbook. That's all from me. I'll leave it to that for the day. Representative, please direct the class. Everybody stand up. At attention. Mion, who had been half asleep, became lively again the moment she heard class was over. It must be delightful to be that shrewd. You get it? Because they're always hitting the sack? Smack! Homeroom was done after the lower grades had finished their lessons, so we were free to go. It was one of the odd rules they had at a mixed grade school. When they knew class was over, Sadako and Rika-chan returned to the classroom.
Good work today.
Alright, it's time for Happy Fun Club activities! Yeah, that's right. What should we do today?
Hey, Me-chan, why don't we continue what we started yesterday?
Yeah! We should do that! To have it end like that and things are getting good, I won't accept it! Now, I know how you feel, but let's save that for another time. Something like that shouldn't be done somewhere dinky like a classroom after school, but a grander stage. I'm down whenever. But some of the younger guys said they'd watch me in the finals. So let me know ahead of time.
Whoa! Keiichi-kun, you're amazing! There's people cheering you on! Cheering you on! I wonder if there's anybody cheering on Rena.
I can't help but watch as Rena entered her pining maiden mode. I'm not gonna pull any punches, but I'll pray for your victory, Rena. Like a saccharine, Keiichi brand smile, I ruffled Rena's hair roughly.
What? Oh, Keiichi-kun, what are you?
Rena turned bright red and short-circuited, smoke billowing from both her ears. Gazing into her eyes, a strange scene of me holding hands with Rena and skipping through a flower bed was reflected there. Ha! Even if it wasn't someone else's imagination, it was terribly troubling.
Meet Keiichi-kun, the Rena killer.
When Rika-chan said that, everyone burst out laughing at once. That Rena is a Satoko and Rika-chan killer, though. It may be true that we can't win against Rena, but we won't lose to Keiichi! Oh, it's becoming an interesting relationship map. Our strengths kind of interact like rock, paper, scissors. But that doesn't include Mion, does it? Game? Of course not. It doesn't matter who it is. I won't lose. Mion leered with the gaze befitting a club president. No, befitting an empress. The mood in the room became more lively. It was as good a moment as any to get started. What's the game for today? Well now, let's get started nice and easy.
Yeah. So then, Me-chan, what shall we do today?
Mion let out a small introduction as she ran the so-called club locker. Every time I look, there's always a ton of things crammed in there. Everything that's jammed in that locker is a game of some kind, you know? On top of that, things used for penalty games like cat ears and collars were kept in there. The capacity of that thing is unfathomable. That locker. Maybe it's actually extended through the wall into the 4th dimension. That's my theory, anyways. Not that, then how else can you explain how someone could pull an item after item? After Mion touched her hand to her chin briefly in thought, she turned around without pulling out any games. Why don't we try and keep it a bit simple today? Playing games that requires lots of pieces all the time can be a little bland, right?
It doesn't matter what game it is. If everyone plays together, we can have fun. Yeah, that's right!
Rena and I both expressed our agreement. I feel the same. With this group, there's no doubt even if it were pulling weeds from the school grounds that it would be fun.
That wouldn't be fun for me,
pulling weeds or whatever. Ah, that's right, isn't it? By the way, Sadako, could you stop reading people's minds by looking at their expressions?
Whatever you're thinking is always written all over your face, so I always know right away.
I've always been told that, but ever since I transferred here, it seems to have been especially bad. I need to develop a poker face, or I could be in for a rough time. Alright, everybody pay attention. I'm going to explain the rules. We all immediately cut the idle chatter and put on stern expressions. There's no time at all. Everyone's gazing focused like a tiger or a shark, listening intensely. That's right. From the point where the rules are explained, the match has already begun. Today's game is probably better known as a party game. It's called Sympathy. Has anyone heard of it before? Sympathy. It means to share someone's feelings, right? Huh? Maybe I might know this.
Michan, maybe it's the game where we choose a topic and everyone writes down the first word that comes to mind? And the more people who share the same answer, the more points are awarded? In that case, Rena knows about it.
Ah, I remember. I recall playing a game like that in grade school while we were on the bus during a field trip. I'm not familiar with this game. I would like an explanation. First of all, we have the leader choose a topic. For example, if they choose dessert. Sadako-chan.
When someone says dessert, what's the first thing you think of?
Let's see here. Pudding or something? Okay, in that case, Sadako, you would write down pudding on your memo pad. Then everybody reveals their answers at the same time. If there's 2 or more people who wrote down pudding, they get points. The more people who write down the same answer, the more points that are awarded. So if everybody writes down the same answer, that's a max of 5 points.
In other words, the trick is to think what you write down is the same answer as everybody else.
Exactly as Rika-chan said. The point of the game was to think in a way so that you have the same answer as everybody else. For example, even if you've heard the word dessert and immediately thought of strawberry sundae, if your answer doesn't match up with everybody else, you don't get any points. That's why you have to hold off on that answer and change it to one that seems like everyone else will choose. The key becomes not what you think of yourself, but what you predict everyone else will answer. It's a high-level intellectual game.
Me. For Sadako's chase, let's try practicing for one round.
Okay. For this round, seeing as I'm the club president, the leader will be me, alright? This topic could be something random. Taking out her literature book, she began flipping it to a random page. Alright then, this is only practice round. The first topic is... shaved ice! Strawberry! Blue raspberry! When you say shaved ice, it's only one answer, isn't there? Among the standard flavors of shaved ice, there's strawberry, melon, and blue Hawaii. Well, the blue Hawaii. The most popular amongst those is obviously melon. Oh, I'd say blue Hawaii. Everyone write down an answer? Then everybody shows theirs at the same time, okay? Ready, go! Strawberry. Melon. What? Ujijin Toki. Strawberry. Strawberry. Yeah, I was gonna say strawberry. I'm the only one with melon? You guys! Don't go doing something so mundane as picking strawberry as the standard. Rena, would you actually order strawberry shaved ice? The first thing that always sells out at summer festivals is always melon, isn't it?
Rena also likes melon flavor, but really it's all about the strawberry, right? Right?
Okay-chan. If I was to pick, I would have actually chosen melon. But you see, this is a word association game. If someone says shaved ice, the first thing you think of is strawberry. I'm still not entirely convinced, but in any case, it's this type of game. Rika, what exactly did you write? Is that a type of shaved ice?
It's Ujijin Toki. It's incredibly delicious, you know? Well, it might be delicious too, but it's not exactly
run of the mill. Still, that's a pretty refined choice. Sadako, does this help you get a good idea? Fucking Rika, how did you know about Ujijin Toki? There were 3 people who wrote down strawberry, so those 3 people get 3 points. We compete to see who can get the most. 1 second, I'm adjusting my blankets. Yeah, I've got it. More importantly, Mion-san, what shall we do with today's penalty game? Oh god.
Oh, there's going to be one after all. What will it be?
What should it be? Kei-chan, you have a suggestion? What, for the penalty game? When I was in elementary school, there was a penalty game, yeah. It could only be that. Schlepping? In other words, that thing when Luna has to carry on everyone else's baggage. It happened often to the boys. Elementary school kids walking around completely covered in backpacks, you see it a lot. Schlepping!
But how will we do that? Sadako-chan and Rika-chan's house are completely opposite directions from ours.
Then how about the loser carries just the winner's stuff to their house? Getting everybody's stuff to their house would involve covering a pretty sizable distance.
Oh yeah, just that much might be enough.
Somehow today's penalty game is pretty simple. With the penalty game at this level, it won't even be fun to make Keiichi-san do it.
Then shall we raise the stakes a bit?
Not just playing Porter. Ta-da! How about we have someone slap stuff around dressed in this? Why a maid outfit of all things? Ah, the maid outfit comes out.
Oh, it's cute now, but no way!
But you see, what do we do if Keiichi-san loses? If we don't have a size that fits him? Oh, I didn't let that little detail get by. I have a nice extra large one prepared just for Kei-chan. So Kei-chan, are you ready? I'm going to have you walk around outside dressed as a maid. From the headband to the garter belt, even the underwear. I got it all prepared for you. This is insane. Why do you have every possible size of that type of thing in that locker? Why do you? Mion! This is bad, Keiichi Maibara. Somehow it's become a situation where only my failure results in an overly cruel price to pay. What if I make a mistake and lose? I wouldn't be able to walk around in broad daylight anymore. Mion.
Oh man, about that kid, Maibara boy, did you hear about him? It seems like he has a penchant for cross-dressing. Oh my, really? That'd be so embarrassing, you know. Oh!
Mion, that's fucking rude. No! That's way too harsh! That's just incredibly brutal! If we're to return this penalty to some semblance of normalcy, now is the only time! Everybody, I think we should refrain from this unwholesome penalty game. We're on the way back from home from school. Do we have to be accompanied by a girl wearing a maid-out uniform carrying our baggage? Having them say master while dragging them around in the village is such an embarrassing outfit? I'm not, don't worry. I've already done that to you. And I took a picture and I no longer have it anymore and I'm sad. Wait, why am I panicking? What is this? This feeling welling up inside of me.
Hey, let's just make it a normal penalty game. Like Keiichi-kun is frozen stiff.
Boom! Spreading with a passion, I firmly placed my hands on Rena's shoulders. Rena, there's no problem with this penalty game. I just have to win. That's right, everybody. I turned to everybody with an idiotic grin, my pearly whites flashing with a brilliant gleam.
Okay, Chan, you'd come around to the idea, eh?
No matter what the penalty game is, there's no reason to be afraid. You just have to win, right, everybody? Yeah! Yeah! From Mion to Rika, everyone generously thrust their fists up high. Only Rena seems somewhat undecided, standing there looking flustered. She's a little bit slow, isn't she? If she wins, even for Rena, it's quite a delectable opportunity. Hey, Rena, don't you see this as a pretty big opportunity? Rika-chan or Satoko-chan in the maid outfit coming right to your doorstep? This is a historically great chance, isn't it? Sploosh. Rena began spouting a fountain of blood from her nose. The look in her eyes completely changed. She shifted into cute mode. I was waiting for this, Rena. That look in your eyes.
To my doorstep! It's not like Keiichi-kun or Rika-chan would be good too.
Alright. Looks like everyone's prepared themselves. Get your memo pads ready. First question, ready? Mion opened up her textbook to a random page and read out a word that caught her eye. The first topic is summer break. Beach! Beach! There's yet another quite abstract keyword. Well then, let's not worry too much about it and start with something like this. Beach. Everyone good? Time to show 'em. Ready, go! On Mion's signal, everyone simultaneously held up what they wrote. Let's see, what did everyone write? Summer festival, fireworks, mosquito coils. Oh, Rena and I have the same answer. Alright, 2 points.
But Sadako's fireworks are pretty good too. Because mosquito coil is a very nice seasonal choice as well. All the choices are quite invigorating.
It's almost summer break, isn't it? I wonder how we'll spend it this year. Invigorating words that invoke the image of summer break. Certainly things that enrich the soul. As everyone approaches the soon-to-come summer break, a plethora of dreams should be etched upon their thoughts.
By the way, Keiichi-san, what did you answer? Hurry up and show us!
Oh, I didn't really write down anything that great.
No. Showing us is part of the rules. Now come on.
Oh, stop it. Don't look. Homework. The room went silent. Nobody could really follow up that response. It was as if my impertinent answer had somehow sullied the wonderful dreams of the coming summer break.
Keiichi-kun's summer breaks were never fun, were they? It's alright. Let's spend the summer this year with everybody. We won't leave you by your lonesome.
Pika-chan gently petted my head. What exactly does summer break mean to me? Summer courses. Observing sunflowers. Practice exams. Special summer-focused seminars. I know nothing of hot summers. Because I've always been in an air-conditioned cram school. Oh, the tears. Kate-chan's summer breaks were always devoid of hopes and dreams, weren't they? Don't look at me with such pity in your eyes. Don't look at me. This game called Sympathy may be more terrifying than I could ever imagine. Well, anywho, Ren and I get 2 points each. Let's keep going. Next is fish! Tuna! So it's fish. And to think about it, I haven't eaten sushi in a while. By the way, rather than lean tuna, I'm quite the connoisseur on things like flounder. I wonder if we'll match with this answer. Because for a Japanese person, anyone think of this. Well, tuna. Alright, everybody. This time we'll start from mine. Ready, go! Sushi. How about that for an answer? When you see a lively fish, you won't want to steam it or grill it. No, to have fresh sashimi is the epitome of cuisine. Rather than write sashimi, however, I chose the more amiable term in sushi as my coming employee. But contrary to that intrepid response of my reply, everyone's expression was listless.
Oh, that's right. When you say fish, I see. Sushi is tasty, isn't it?
Whoa! Stop talking to me in that consoling tone. Stop it!
Well then, should the rest of us show our answers? Ready, go!
Dolphin, whale, aquarium. I just think of tuna.
Rika and I have the same answer. That's 2 points.
Rena picked whale, huh? I thought about that too, but I ended up picking dolphin.
Oh, really? Rena wanted to write dolphin at first, but Rena didn't think anyone would write it. Either one of them is very cute.
Everyone, excluding me, stopped and stared blankly as their thoughts drifted over the horizon. It seemed as if they could hear the roar of the open sea from over there.
This means everybody has 2 points.
Well, everyone but Keiichi-san.
Keiichi-kun's answers were worth 0 points, but Rena thinks they're very unique and interesting. Interesting!
Keiichi, you immediately think of food when you hear the word fish. Keiichi-chan, you really should be ashamed of how destitute your soul is, huh? What? Fuck you, Mion! I immediately thought of tuna! Don't say something like my soul is destitute! Besides, what's with Mion and Rena's answers anyways? Those aren't even fish! Those are mammals! Objection overruled. Next! What a horrid game this is today. As the games pile on and on, it seems as if I will be further exposed as a petty human being. I'm the only one who still hasn't earned any points. I want to at least get a point in the next round. Alright, the next topic is Sakura! Trees, flower viewing. Damn it! This time I'll do it! Keep your cool, Keiichi Marabara. Don't think what you would normally think. Everybody else here is a girl. Stop thinking like a man. If you write down Sakura Mochi here, you'll only be retreating the tragedies of your past. Throw away the gastrocentrical male sensibility. Just for now, think of yourself as a girl. You're a girl. You're a girl. I am a girl. Flower viewing.
Everybody finished writing? Let's do it.
Kate-san, if you don't start getting points right now, won't that be a bit dangerous? This is the time. It's perfect. I've completely suppressed my own instincts. This time, I'll have a match. No, I will make it match.
Keiichi-kun, you seem pretty confident about this one. You see, this time, Rena thought it like a boy, so I could match with your answer. Sakura Mochi! I like them too. I wrote it down.
Ren and Rika giggled together. Whoa! Now is not the time to be thinking with your stomach!
Well then, did Keiichi-san write the same answer as I did? I wrote down Hanami.
That's right. When you say Sakura, it just has to be Hanami, right? Oh, yeah, I wrote that down too. Mion and Sadako's responses were Hanami. Hanami, seriously? That's the kind of event where old geezers get drunk doing all sorts of depraved things is the standard, isn't it? Why of all times did you decide to abandon answering from a girl's point of view?
Well then, Kate-chan, what sort of girly response did you write down?
It's nothing. Let's move on to this next topic. Before I knew it, Rika-chan had circled behind me and was intently reading the memo that I had hidden behind my back.
Hardmaster Sakura is written down here.
Oh. It became dead quiet. The abrupt silence enveloped the room. It'd be fine if somebody would at least laugh at me or played it off as something dumb, but nobody even flinched. The feeling in the pit of my stomach reached critical mass, causing my once blood-drained face to flash with a sudden wave of heat. Sakura can only be Cardmaster Sakura, can it? It's a super popular area that broadcasts every week on the government-run networks! It's broken through to every demographic of little girls to grown men! You've seen it, haven't you? No, you've definitely seen it. Even I've seen it! Yeah, without the forced explanation, I know about it. It's that thingy where she fights in different costumes every week, right? Yeah. I know.
Yep. It's cute, isn't it? Rena sometimes browses through it at the magazine stand to keep up with the story.
I saw it for the first time recently. Sakura is cool and so cheerful all the time.
I like that girl who's always filming with the camcorder.
Of course you do, Rika! It's not just popular with little girls, but it's also surprisingly well received by older boys, isn't it? To think that Kei-chan was one of those. I feel like I had inadvertently brought out something unnecessary and was completely self-destructed, but that wasn't the main problem. So you all know it, don't you? Then why didn't you write it down? Sakura means Sakura Kinamoto! Sakura-chan! Master Sakura's the answer! Mion quietly put her hand on my shoulder. Kei-chan, now I am certain. Kei-chan, you are, to your very core, a geezer. Irrevocably so. Ah! Why is everyone looking down at me, those eyes filled with pity? This isn't a game of pity, it's a game of sympathy. I'm turning how I'm facing my...
And that's not true, Keiichi-kun. Okay, let's do our best. Here's where the comeback begins.
Back shit! Now coming back for Keiichi-san the geezer! You little bitch! Now give up quietly and accept your penalty! What was today's penalty game again? Oh god, the maid outfit!
Dressing up as a maid complete with hairband and garter belt while carrying around the winter's stuff.
No! Alright! If you're real members of this club, show me you won't let anyone come back from this disadvantage. Alright, let's keep it rolling. Keiichi-san can't win! There's no way! He will always be in last! The only way he can win was he get 5 points, but you can only get 5 points if everyone else said 5 points! That's the actual worst! There's no way to win!
Well, Keiichi-kun seems happy. How? Why? How can this
be? He's probably awoken to the joys of cross-dressing.
Keiichi-kun, your hairband's going to fall off. Let me fix that for you.
Rena cheerfully adjusted the hairband that had been enshrined upon my head.
How's it feel?
Kei-chan, have you awoken to the pleasures of wearing girls' clothes in front of actual girls? Be honest now. It's alright. We won't laugh. Ugh, you jerk. I'm gonna murder you! Swinging Mion's bag around wildly, I chased her in circles for a bit. Today's loser was quickly decided to be me. When I had been assured of finishing last, Mion showed her true power. She began racking up points with an iron fist. In the end, we didn't even have to add up the score with nose on top. After that, in the changing room, with much wailing and gnashing of teeth, pushing the boundaries of shame and brutality, I was instructed by Mion on how to wear on everything from ribbons to underwear. Damn you, Mion. What do you mean knowing this will come handy one day? How about the bloody hell will a man know how to put on a garter belt would be useful?
Shush, Kate-chan, you're too loud. If you stay quiet, you might be able to pass this off as a rehearsal for a play. That's right. If I cause a scene here, they'll find out that I'm wearing women's clothing down to the vegetables.
Oh! I shuddered from head to toe, resisting the urge to scream. Actually, Kate-chan, you have really smooth skin. I mean, yes, you're right. But taking it off is different than putting it on.
Are you often told that it's easy to apply makeup on you?
Saying that, Mion gently rubbed my cheek. Oh, what kind of man gets praised for being easy to apply makeup on them?
How does it feel wearing a maid's hairband?
It really finishes off the look. The hairband's the best part of a maid's outfit, after all. What do you mean, finishes off the look? Dumbass! Stop teasing me! You bitch!
Kate-kun is embarrassed. Cute!
So that's right. Then, like things like garter belts, right? So how does it feel wearing one yourself? I don't really feel anything. Stop it! Don't flip it up! It's tight, isn't it? Can you feel it rub against your skin as you walk? Stop! Don't whisper such nice thing in my ear! Oh! My miserable manhood suddenly shifted! You're turning red! You're turning red! Have you finally realized it? That's right! Right now, Kei-chan is exactly the type of maid that every healthy male wants. Stop it, Neon! Really? You have to whisper that right in my ear! Have you just wanted to hold a maid close to you? Kei-chan, you're currently become one of that with that maid. Don't you see? That's a distance far closer than mere touch could ever achieve. There, can't you hear that pulse? That breath? On the verge of overheating, a long red line flowed out of Rena's nose. Putting on makeup properly, making you wear a wig with that straight long hair you like so much. Kei-chan, I've made you into your ideal woman, and now you're going to walk around town with me. You'll surely monopolize the eyes of all the men. That'll definitely make you feel really good, wouldn't it? If only you didn't have this big thing dangling between your legs, you'd be a real girl. Saying that, she tried to flip my skirt. Whoa! This is definitely not the time! I can't let them see me with this male-centric problem! Crash thud. Before I realized it, Rena was caressing my head and rubbing me with her cheek.
Kate-kun, when you were bitching like that, you were super cute! I'm gonna take you home!
Peering through Rena's vice-like grasp, I saw Mion laying spread eagle on her back. I see. It must be what Sadako and Rika-chan feel like when they become Rena's prey. After that, it took quite some time to calm Rena down from her frenzy. This poor man. Later, Kei-chan. Today was super enjoyable. You will rule this day, Mion. This disgrace shall be returned tenfold. I'll achieve an overwhelming victory and condemn you to a public shaming. Only if you can beat me. I look forward to seeing you try. Mion tossed me my clothes and looked back in a good mood I've ever seen her left. Okay, now that I've been released by Mion, I can't waste even a second running home.
By the way, Rena isn't as good as me-chan, so if we happen to bump into anybody, I won't be able to follow up for you, okay?
Soon after that, I went into a full-out dash. I'm pretty sure I was running the 100-meter dash in about 6 seconds there.
Well then, Kate-kun, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. The fact that I didn't bump into anybody I knew was probably divine favor for my constant good behavior. It's been going my way today. At that moment, the front door opened, as if someone was waiting for me. Oh, Keiichi, so you're home. I was just about to go for a walk. I was dumbstruck by how slow my father was to react. A normal person would have realized that particular scene around. Oh, Keiichi, Dad, this is, you know that club I'm always talking about? This is one of those penny kitty games we had down there. It just so happened that I lost it. My dad placed his hand on my shoulder. It was an oddly moist and uncomfortable warm hand. Keiichi, let's have a little talk in my studio. We'll keep it a secret from Mom, of course! No, Dad, let go! There's a show I want to watch right now! Neon, you shall rue this day! His artistic flame raged like a wildfire. My dad dragged me along. I disappeared into the depths of the studio. No! His dad got his artistic flame going.
Keiichi, are you home? Oh, you were in the bath. Is that makeup remover?
More importantly, what's the matter?
Sorry, I have a headache and don't think I can make dinner tonight. I'm terribly sorry, but can you go out and eat with your dad?
My mom is a go-get-'em superwoman at work, but it occasionally takes a toll on her health. So this kind of situation is hardly a rarity. So don't worry. That's fine, but what will you eat?
If it's just for myself, I can probably find a way to scrounge something together. Take care.
Keiichi! We'll take the car, so hurry up! Dad quickly got the car ready. He must be hungry. He only really moves so energetically when it's time to eat. Sorry to keep you waiting. So where are we going to eat? I recently found a nice store. Let's go there. My dad usually only complains about things. For him to actually praise something is unexpected. I wonder what kind of place it is that he'd rank it 3 stars. As one who seeks the way to the gourmand, I, Keiichi Marabara, am generally intrigued. The headlights in the car cut through the early darkness of the Hinamizawa night, carving a straight path towards town. Toyota. I was pondering where such a gem of a restaurant could be hidden away. It was shockingly the family restaurant right by the station. Dad, that great restaurant you were talking about, was this? The word Angel Mort was written on a very family restaurant-esque cartoonish logo. It had the air of girl-oriented all-you-can-eat cake buffet rather than a popular restaurant. You never been inside, Keiichi? Come to think of it, I hadn't. There have been some times since I traveled to faraway towns to eat, but returning only as far as Okiyamiya Station, there was really no reason to dine out. Home was just a stone's throw away, after all. I see. That was the reason I never noticed it before. We stopped the car in the restaurant's parking lot. It seemed like business is booming. There's quite a few cars parked here. What really amazes me is the lights and plates. There's a lot of them that can't be from this area. Fukumiya, Nagoya. Well, that's fine. Chiba! Saitama! Opening up my mental geography book, I calculated how long it would have taken them to get here via the major highways. Keiichi, it seems you finally realized how amazing this restaurant is. What's the meaning of this? How can so many people travel from so far away just come to this restaurant? Following my dad, I climbed up the stairs and entered the building. The bell attached to the door clattered as we entered, and a waitress soon greeted us. After confirming our party size, whether we wanted the smoking or non-smoking seats, she guided us inside. Dad ordered 2 of the daily specials. It seemed that they were ready-made, so there wouldn't be much of a wait until all our meals were brought to us. The taste was, no offense to Dad, not so different from the run-of-the-mill family restaurant. If you're just talking about taste, it seems like a normal family restaurant fare. Who gives a damn about taste, Keiichi? See? Isn't it great? I see. It may just be that the food here might be nothing more than average. The demographic of customers is pretty much all young men. It may call itself a family restaurant, but there wasn't a single table with a family. And yet it was packed. The parking lot was filled with cars from all corners of the country that didn't come from far and wide to eat this completely mediocre food. And there was only one other reason. Dad climbed down a nearby waitress. Excuse me, the dessert comes with the meal, still hasn't come yet. Oh, I'm so sorry! There's a dessert that comes with the daily combo A. I've been waiting for quite a while. Oh, it's my apologies, I'll bring it right away. The apparent rookie waitress rusted off, flustered. Dad, could it be this restaurant is... Aren't they great? The waitress uniforms here, I love them! Bam! What are you doing, Keiichi? My own father never hit me! I'm your son! Listen, Keiichi, I've never come here with impure intentions. That bell and atelier and adequate clothing... It's my artistic muse! I wanted you to feel that! Even you must have yearned for this simulation! Haven't you? Coming here alone, though it's a bit embarrassing. You understand. That's why I dragged you here. Just blame me. Even if you must condemn me, I want you to know this feeling, Keiichi! I need to take a leak. My father has always been a bad habit of trying to hide his embarrassment using incomprehensible nonsense as a smokescreen. I want to believe that this weirdness wouldn't be genetic. Considering his one-sided rambling, my father stood up and headed to the washroom. With him gone, I was left alone in the booth. Finally, at this time, a feeling of embarrassment welled up inside me. I had nothing to do but go be red with shame. The waitress from before returned, her eyes alternating between the order slip and the table. Arriving at my seat, she hesitantly tried to say something. A more veteran waitress offered some advice from over her shoulder. Just calm down and say sorry for the wait. Terribly sorry for the wait. Right, just like that. Do your best. Whispering at that from her ear, the veteran waitress left. This waitress must have just been hired. An absolute lack of confidence, she moved hesitantly, and even somewhat perilously. Just watching her put me on edge. I suddenly watched as she placed the desserts on the table with an inexperienced hand. But, just as Dad said, what an incredible uniform these are. They were like a bunny girl plus a maid plus some sort of frilly outfit, all in perfect ratio. Most certainly a rather dubious, charming kind of fashion. Right? God, there's so much I hate about the Angel Mort uniform. In any case, she in no way appeared to be a proper waitress. What should I do? Catching glimpses of too many things. That is, I don't know where I should look. Wearing something like that walking around the restaurant, it's as bad as it can be for digestion. Even though she was wearing that outfit, this particular waitress had no idea what to do either. This flustered state, without a doubt, should be attributed to the amount of bare skin showing rather than to being new to the job. Both the waitress and I mutually avoided eye contact. What a platonically embarrassing feeling this is. I'm a customer, you know? It's alright to be more straightforward. Oh, my nose is starting to bleed. At that moment, our eyes just happened to meet. Both of us blinked, doubting who we were looking at. What? This is... Mion, is that you? On top of her hair being let down, she was so far removed from her usual confidence-filled attitude, I didn't realize it was her at all. It was Mion! Why is she here? Why are you working at a place like this? I'm helping out at my uncle's store. Come to think of it, I did hear her talking about her relatives having stores in town and that she sometimes worked part-time at them. Huh? That must be a lot of work. The nervous feeling I had dissipated in an instant. Knowing that this was Mion, there was no reason to feel that way. Well, actually, my animal instincts tell me that the power balance between Mion and myself had been turned upside down. That's right, I'm a customer. My position is superior to hers. The humiliation for today's penalty game was cutting through the recesses of my mind. There really is a god. For him to grant me this opportunity for revenge. Noticing the flames of vengeance burning my eyes, Mion took a step back. But seeing it like this type of clothing suits you rather nicely, doesn't it? It's embarrassing, so don't look so much. I confirmed my preemptive strike was a clean hit. There's no mistaking that Mion is currently defenseless. While confirming my attack was successful, I simultaneously lined up the combo. Mion, they're pretty big breasts. Seems like they're ready to spell out even right now. All the customers are definitely looking at you. Don't say that. Keiichi, you dick! Don't play coy with me. I know that you enjoy drawing all the male attention from that embarrassing getup. I mean, if you didn't, there's no way you'd dress up like that. It's not like that. I'm doing this because I like to. Is that alright, Keiichi Maribata? Aren't you taking this a little too far? Even if it's payback for the humiliation during the day, isn't this too much? Hey, shut up, logic! To pay me on tenfold is a chance you'll hardly ever get. Wearing this kind of getup, your mother must be disappointed. That part where you can almost just see something is the best. Come closer. Please stop! You still lack the sense of service towards your customers. Please forgive me. Oh, I want to take you home. No, not that! Entering a version of Rena's cute mode, blood spewed from my nose like a waterfall. I was going until I had no regrets. I was going to complete this verbal humiliation revenge for today's events. Yep, I'll spare you the rest for today. How? Seems that Mion's neural circuits are completely shorted from the embarrassment. I might have teased her a bit too much, or so I thought. but such a meek Mion is something you hardly ever see, so this was good for now. Leaving aside what exactly was good. I never knew. To think that high and mighty Mion would have a hard time being a waitress. That's wrong! Such a surprising side of you. I want to show this to Mion from this afternoon. Actually, I want to show Rena and the others. Rena will definitely flip out with joy. What do you think she'll say when she works here? That's wrong. I could never imagine in my wildest dreams that such a cute outfit would suit you, Mion. I'm saying that's wrong! While turning bright red, Mion finally spit out the words she had lodged in her throat. What do you mean, that's wrong? I'm... not Mion! What? I was taken back at Mion's confusing words. If you're not Mion, then who are you? You're Mion Sonozaki, right? I'm sorry. I should have said this earlier, but my name is Shion Sonozaki. Mion is my older sister. My eyes unconsciously widened with surprise from this brazen, crazy talk. Mion, probably thinking that there was no way such a far-fetched excuse would work, turned bright red while fidgeting nervously. Shion Sonozaki. Yes, I'm often mistaken for my sister. When we met, you had that kind of response that you wouldn't make if we were meeting for the first time. That's because my sister's always talking about you, so I know who you were. A little bit of cringeworthy excuse, that is! But when I look at Mion's eyes, which begged me to believe her, the urge to tease completely subsided. To us, Mion had to be the leader who was normally overflowing with confidence, a guiding force. If I were to lash out at that Mion, I would have ruined something I shouldn't have. That was something I would never wish for. So I understand. This foolishness here is something completely different from the everyday Mion. That's why she's Shion. I see. In that case, I'm sorry. Oh, no. As long as you understand, my sister has a lot of enemies, you see. Well, now, she's self-aware of the fact of now, is she? As I unintentionally laughed or allowed Shion laughed with me. Shion, is this your first time being a waitress? It doesn't seem like you're used to it. Actually, today is, Keiichi-chan is my first Kei-chan is my first customer. A little flustered after saying that, she quickly asked if it was okay for her to refer to me the same way her sister did. Seeing that blatant quirk was so cute, I couldn't stop laughing. So you said you worked part-time at your uncle's store before. I thought you would have been more used to it. Oh, I have other relatives that run shops. That's why this is my first time I'm helping the uncle that owns this place. I see, makes sense. Anybody would be tentative doing a job we weren't used to. Does Mion ever help out at the store? Oh, my sister is, you see, she's not good with these cutesy things. I know what she's trying to say. That's right, Mion is more suited for cool things. So I think I'll have to help you out. Having you help out here was the right choice. Huh? Shion asked, probably thinking she misheard me. That uniform, it would never suit someone like Mion. But for Shion, I think it works. Huh? You mean that? Shion, like Rena often does, spaced out and turned bright red. What does that mean exactly? At least for this moment, it feels like this Shion character actually existed. Because there was no way that Mion I knew had this side to her. At that moment, we realized that the more veteran waitress was waving at us from across the room. Sonozaki-san, you can take your break now. Oh, okay. Mion returned to her senses. It seemed as if it was time for her to take her break. Well then, I'll take my leave. It was fun talking to the infamous Kei-chan. Sorry for mistaking you for Mion and teasing you. Please tell Mion that I'll have my revenge one day. Ah, that thing where you forced to dress as a maid and walk around outside, right? That devilish laugh and smile was exactly the same one I knew. That's right. Tell her that I will return the favor for the total humiliation I suffered. Bleh. More importantly, I'm going to complain to my sister about the teasing I had to endure today. My sister will have my revenge during your club activities. Bring it on! I'll get her before she gets me. Mion laughed with a warm smile devoid of any remaining nervousness and disappeared into the back. I felt like I had a very valuable experience today. That's right. For now, I know the high and mighty Mion has a wing point to panic and get embarrassed about. But of all things, for her to say she has a twin sister, I thought that maybe I should ask Rena tomorrow if she really has a sister. Maybe it's better that I didn't ask. It's a bit mean-spirited. Decided that the person I met here today was Shion, the younger twin sister, so we'll refrain from doing anything that would deny that. It's not that we actually made a promise or anything, but that little exchange gave birth to a new rule between me and Mion. Someone tapped me on the shoulder. It was my dad. That was a long trip to the washroom. He probably came up with a new idea for an art piece while he was sitting on the can. Keiichi, are you ready? Let's go home. Settling the bill, my father had his customer card stamped. It was pretty much filled. Damn, Dad, you're quite the regular customer! Was that new waitress just now someone you know, Keiichi? Oh, so you were watching from the shadows. Dad had the oddest sense of tact sometimes. Somebody from school? From Hinamizawa? Yeah, she's the little sister of my friend Mion. Her school isn't in Hinamizawa, so she must go to one in town. I've never seen her at my school. Huh, so not all the kids in Hinamizawa go to the same school. Only about half. The other half go all the way into town on their bikes. In this way, the feeling that I was really talking to Shion came to me. What should I say to Mion tomorrow? I met your little sister, something like that. Even with Mion being like that, us having a secret between the two of us made me both a little happy and a little embarrassed. I like Shion. Shion's my favorite. I like Shion a lot. Shion's my favorite character. Okay, so we have some tips, and I'm gonna do those, and then it'll be a night. Double the fun. Is there really a Shion? Huh? Mion-san's family? Yeah. More broadly, I was just wondering if she had any brothers or anything. Yes, she is batshit crazy! But I still love Shion because she's a good character. I was already actually wondering whether she had a young twin sister named Shion really existed, and my curiosity got the better of me, so I quietly asked Satoko about it. I wonder. She might not. She wasn't being very clear about it. Had Satoko never gone over to Mion's house to play? From your reaction, I'm guessing you never met any. Yeah. I've never seen any of her relatives except for her grandmother. As far as I could tell, there was only really dark clouds over the Shion is real theory. Rika would know more than I. You would do well to ask her. Satoko waved to Rika-chan, who is basking in the sunlight. Mika! Do you know anything about Mion-san's family? Rika-chan was surprised at the sudden question.
Mi has a big family, so I don't really know everything about them.
That many, huh? For example, is there anyone named Shion Sonozaki? Well, I may have I've heard wrong, but she might not actually exist, but...
You mean she? Shion exists.
Huh? That wasn't expected. So she was real. Their names are quite similar, you know. I could get tongue-tied I got tongue-tied trying to say tongue-tied! Trying to tell the difference.
I heard she's Mi's younger twin sister, but I haven't met her too many times.
Rika-chan knew a bit about her as well, but hadn't seen her much.
I think I met her once at a funeral a few years ago.
She's not in this class, so maybe she goes to a school in Okiyamiya. She may live there, too. Mion-san herself lives apart from her family with her grandmother, after all. She didn't live with her parents. That was a bit odd. Was there something between them?
It's a very complicated family.
She seems to have many relatives. There are doubtless many different circumstances. For now, I learned that she had a young twin sister named Shion, but her family structure, including her own position, still seemed very mysterious. Oh, what is it you're talking about? Let this old man in on it. Oh, Mion-san, you come at a good time. Might it be true that you have a young twin sister? Aw, Mion crap! A younger sister? Oh, well, yeah, I do. Mion grew uncharacteristically red in the face at a loss. I think she's looking at me. Oh my! I had no idea! What kind of person might she be? I would very much like to meet her sometime. You shouldn't bother! She's not cute at all! She's really conceited! Besides, I've been talking to her on the phone once in a while. I haven't seen her in a real long time either. Why does it look like she's in such a panic? It's like she is declaring that the Shion from yesterday was actually a fake. Anyway, this is pretty funny. So I let it go for a little while longer. Another Mion, under the name of Shion. Will I be able to see her if I go to that restaurant again? I had a mysterious feeling, as if I'd made a new friend, despite knowing that she and Mion were the same person. Reprinted from the Victorious War Photographer's Guide, April issue. Complete Conquest Analysis, Family Restaurant Chapter. Now at last we come to the blazing hot third day. Well, because Keiichi doesn't know they're two different people. At Angel Mart, a super famous restaurant and the envy of all enthusiasts, despite being located in the remote Shinshibo city of the X Prefecture, why exactly do the famous stores avoid the center of human habitation? It could only be because it's the trial given to us, the god of war photography. It's famously locally for having the best desserts in town, but it matters not to us. If you want expensive desserts, then you can just go to beep place or something. We aim not for sweet treats, but for sweet uniforms! The fragrant aroma of sweat wafts from these obligatory waitress uniforms, creating no less than a public torture device. What? How can they bashful flirtation be on par with all the other restaurants with cute uniforms all across the country? War photography hunter. Away! What? The smoking areas are the real superpositions? Aim for your chance at them with the tenacity of an octopus. Yesterday I failed to get seating. Today I'll aim for the ultimate golden seat, the corner box in the smoking area. Otaku are overwhelmingly non-smokers, so I'll procure a spot in the smoking area and set up camp there. As expected of Ryu, the hunter. He is saying his victory was decided the moment he chose the seat. In actuality, Ryu used the same tactic during the grand opening of Akihabara's beep 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 beep, and succeeded in getting the best seats in the house. Back then, he also went early in the afternoon, just after the lunch rush, and not only did he find his target seat empty, he also obtained it with ease. By utilizing tricks such as ordering a little at a time, he effectively increased the number of opportunities for engagement, carefully scoping out his chances for a picture. But as if cursed by that, from the day before, the god of war photography did not smile upon him. After suffering successive firm defeats until 3 p.m., he found no chances coming his way. After 4 p.m., a man began to take his order. It looks as though he had been seen through. It is a rule of a hunter to withdraw with grace once marked. My aim was perfect, but the fork technique I used at 2:30 seemed to have backfired. Maybe they were worried, because since I sat in a booth and left my bag on the floor, my camera was already hidden in my travel bag and maybe it might fossilize in there. There was 2-digit EGs involved with sticking there half the day. I had an average encounter rate. I'm mortified. Even so, he got a few pieces of gold. To be so expected from the hunter. He attained this nice angle despite lamenting his failure. He is an artisan! More surprisingly, though, is that this uniform conquest across Japan has yielded not a single arrested person. What an amazing start for the hunter who brags about having been to the appropriate half the total prefecture's police stations in the country. That thing from the day before. The day before, our hunter took on the shrine maiden cuisine in Nagoya. His hunter spirit showed that through too zealously, and as soon as he entered the store, he was seen through, placed in a booth, and waited on by the head priest. Despite waiting half a day, and the most anticipated shrine maidens appeared only at the time of his first order. A seriously huge blunder for a hunter. Now then, here we have the giveaway for the hunter's original photographs that have always received such high praise. Present one passionate reader with 3 all-you-can-eat, low-angle pictures of the Angel Mart uniforms chosen by the hunter himself. With such brazen hot pictures, you too can become a war... That is disgusting, dude. For shame. For shame. Alright, we're gonna end it off on chapter 2. It's a good place to stop. Because, it gets more intense from here on out. So, it was nice to play this game for you guys. And, I'll be streaming again tomorrow, like I always do, for the March of Madness. So each week will hopefully be a different chapter. I'll be streaming earlier tomorrow, because I have tomorrow off from work, and on Thursday I'll be streaming earlier. So you guys have a good rest of your night. It was wonderful to play for you. And good night.